Jeff Bezos started Amazon in his garage, man. In his garage. Right? Guess what he used for a desk? A door. He took a door and laid it across 2 pillars, and that was his desk. Now look at the dude. Okay? You've heard of Apple Corporation, Macintosh? Yeah. Okay. Steve Jobs started Apple in a garage or a basement or something like that. Okay. I gotta say this though, this is very important. If you're talking about starting your own business, remember, your personal life will suffer. Did you hear me? Yeah. I said suffer now, huh? You're talking about starting your own business, your personal life will suffer. Okay? I remember many days that my loved ones, like my children, girlfriends, had serious attitudes. Serious attitudes. You know why? Because you know the number one thing, the number one phrase I used to start hearing all the time is, "You don't ever have time for me." I guess y'all must have heard that too, huh? Y'all said that too. But hey man, when you're trying to build a business, yeah. Now if you're a parent, I'm telling you now, if you're a parent, that quality time with your child will pretty much go out the window. And that's a serious thing you need to consider. Serious thing you need to consider. Because what happens is your child begins to feel like you don't care about them anymore. And they begin to act that out. They act it out in school. They show it in their behavior. Okay, and then a lot of time that you need to be putting into building your business, you end up spending it and trying to address tragic situations. Okay? So, especially in the situation of a single parent where there's no one else in that home to help you, all right, you may want to give it some serious thought. Do you really want to do this? Do you really want to do this? Because starting your own business, man, I mean, come on now, see what I'm saying in your head here. Like again, many people don't see the story behind the glory. And it's so important to understand. Okay? But here you are, man, you've been going all day, and then here it is 11:30 at night. 11:30 at night, and you're still doing paperwork. You're still doing analysis. You're still working on product to get it out. 11:30 at night. You haven't spent any time with your child that day. Or the next day, or the next day. Your husband, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, they're ready to start seeing somebody else. Because they don't understand that you are now in love with your vision. Do you understand what I'm saying? Write this website down, about.com. About.com. You pull it up here too. About.com is a good website for resources. You can just about go here and type in almost anything. Now they have a very good resource page on about.com. You go there and do a search and type in something like balancing work at home with your family life. You see what I'm saying? Just type that in and search at the bottom, balancing work at home. In fact, you can idea what I'm talking about. Y'all be able to, I'll type with 2 fingers, and I'm off here on the side. I'm going to just type in balancing work at home, for example, okay? And articles come up to help you with that. You see here, balancing work at home tips and resources to help you stay balanced. Balancing Work and Family, Work at Home, and all of these articles are there. So you want to avail yourself to resources for advice and guidance. Don't keep picking up your phone calling me. You follow what I'm saying? You can go here and get a lot of information for yourself, okay? Next thing is very important. Write it down. Marketing my idea. Marketing my idea. Marketing is a big topic, and I could talk about it for all this week. But there are really only two issues when it comes to marketing, family. First is, how will you get and keep your customers? Getting your customers is one thing. Keeping them is another. How will you get and keep your customers? Second, how will you stay ahead of your competitors? Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to use myself as an example here. You won't be able to use this example unless you're doing what I do. Okay? But you say, like, how will you get and keep your customers? Well, guess what? I have something called Black Liberation Radio. WBLR. Okay? Now, what I'm teaching right now, when I air it on Black Liberation Radio, you think people are going to want to buy it? Yep. Don't listen to Shirley. Shirley's buying it. Anything I teach, Shirley. But no, really, seriously. In answer to your question, everything that I teach, people buy it. Everything. You see what I'm saying? So, give me an example of business. This digital recording. Okay? When I finish, I'm going to plug it into my computer, burn a CD, and make it available. Real simple. I'm going to take it, plug it into Black Liberation Radio, digitize it, put it out, play it over there, and put it in the lineup. People can go to True Center Online Store and order it. Boom. Okay? You get the picture? Now, how am I going to keep my customer? If they enjoyed what they heard, they're going to order the next lecture. The next lecture, the next lecture. So the thing is, marketing is how do you get and keep your customer.
Hold their interest.
Huh?
You have to hold their interest.
You have to hold their interest, exactly. Or you have to hold their taste buds. Okay? Or you have to hold something. Okay? How will you stay ahead of your competitors? How am I going to stay ahead of my competitors? Well, actually, I don't have that problem. I personally don't have that problem. You follow what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody else teaching. I'm teaching this. It's not like there are about 30 other competitors out there from the African village. If you understand what I'm saying? I mean, there may be other lecturers, but it's only $1 pay, right? And what you do, you have to do it so well that it's only one you. You see? Like I said, if you're a bricklayer, and I keep using that example for my message, getting customers may be as simple as being good at your job. For example, a contractor. How many of you ever heard of a contractor doing some work and somebody else needs some work? And then the person say, well, man, listen, I had this brother come do some work for me. Here's his number. Right. And word of mouth is the best form of advertising, believe it or not. Okay? Here's his number. Okay? So as long as that's happening, cool. Word of mouth recommendations for people. But once your work gets shabby, or once person hires you and you don't do the job good, no. And it's one thing for certain, man. Don't ever forget this. As long as your work is good, you don't have to ever worry about losing your customers. Ever. Unless somebody beats your price. And then you work just as good. Okay? So you have to be able to promote what you do. Either by advertising in the real world, advertising online, creating online word of mouth and links to your site,